Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome to Thermal Shock version 1.1, a map with quite a lot of lava here. The floor is lava, the water is lava, everything is lava. Gonna be an 8v8 here today, again on Thermal Shock. Quite an interesting map, both just layout wise, but also in start position wise. You don't start right across from the enemy team, instead you kind of start perpendicular to them, which I think is quite interesting. So it means that these people on, the left or the right side of their boxes, for the warm color team, it's going to be left, and my orientation for the cool color team is going to be the bottom here. They're going to be quite close to each other. So the combat is actually going to take kind of a weird position here, where the front lines are going to be, again, diagonal in the map instead of just, horizontal straight across. Very interesting map. Lots of mexes, but they aren't worth a lot. Only 1.8 there, which means that you're going to be getting less value for your mexes for each mex there. But let's move on to our players here. A lot of high-rated players, a very high-rated match. I'll put the average TS scores on the screen right now. For our warm-colored team, we have in the club in the AF clan. Going to be being red here, playing Cortex, TS55 from Spain. Insane player. Someone who I've actually heard more of, though, and who I've casted forever now, is Mr. Stardom here. Going to be starting Armada in the yellow. Let's go Armada. From New Zealand, Australia, not entirely sure. Always get those flags mixed up, especially when they're about 2 pixels wide. Yeah, going to be playing Armada in the bot start there. Those are our two top heavy hitters for the warm color team here. A lot of other great players in there as well, which I hope you will recognize. For the cool color team, we have Mr. Underscore here from Turkey in the blue, playing Cortex, going for that bot start. Again, fantastic player, was featured in the last video to great effect, I might add. They did quite well for themselves. We also have Mr. Glass here, also in the AF clan. A little bit of conflict of interest there, playing Armada. Very nice. Going to be in the light green here, sharing some of their wind farms, it looks like, which is a good strat, but not one when you're running out of wind. Should mention the wind speed, a low of 4, high of 16 there, so going to be an average of around, what, is it 10? Although, of course, Beyond the Reason does lean a little bit higher in those wind averages. Little tick here from Heinzu. Going to be trying to make its way across, but gets caught out by Mr. Glass there with his commander. A little drop action. You never expect the commander drop right on the middle of your poor scout there. But yeah, again, this map is really cool. So we're going to be seeing like Lion and Mr. Choice over there. They have a long way to go to reach the enemy side, right? And it's also very, very defensible. So this map is quite defensible, especially around this lava. I've seen, normally this map has water here, so it's a little bit more difficult to defend, but with lava here on the, upper right sides of the map, it's going to be quite easy to defend there. So I imagine a lot of the big major conflicts are going to be taking place down in the bottom south here that we're going to have to keep an eye on. The southwest, some might say, if they knew their cardinal directions, which I've never professed to know. There's also quite a lot of geothermal spots here. I'm seeing 5 geothermal spots. Not sure if there's any more there that I'm missing, which again is quite a lot. They are also right in the center of the map, so they can be used for like Cerberuses, which are those triple shot little towers, geothermal towers that do quite a, they pack quite a big punch for sure. Or you could also use them as a high risk energy plant, although I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing that today. Again, being right in the middle of the map, quite high risk, but we'll see. Maybe we have some, ballsy players here today. Couple grunt v grunt battles over there in the club. Going to be smoking Mr. Underscore there. And look how big these armies are already getting. Quite a few grunts on the field here, getting some blitz tanks out from Mr. Smiley Face, or AD, as I would call him. I probably will end up calling him that on accident. That time was ironic, though. So keep that one in mind, all right? You're going to be seeing Lion moving along down here with his commander. Yeah, I would imagine moving your commander down this line is quite a good idea. No need to keep him in the base there, especially when it is very, very important that you defend that chokehold. Because it's kind of like a cascade effect, right? Keep an eye on this battle down here. But if you lose this top part up here, that means Choice can come down here, and Rosa gets double teamed, and then Rosa loses that position, and then Stardom's getting double teamed, and then your bases are getting invaded. So it's bad all around. You want to be keeping that choke point in the center, or even winning that for your team. A couple of pawns trying to sneak past again for Heinzu with the sneaky plays, but don't think he's quite going to be able to do it. Yeah, unfortunate there. The grunts do just outrange those pawns. Then they also have comparable speed. Actually, grunts are faster. So grunts can kite pawns, even though, grunts don't do the most damage there. Okay, we do have Mr. Underscore's commander going down there. Not quite the, that was a self-destruction, but yeah, it looked kind of risky because it was right in the base. Yeah, commander going to be taken up by Mr. Glass, I guess, after giving his wind farms. He wants some of that metal. Fair enough. Gonna be going for that advanced bot lab 5 minutes in. Is that crazy or what? That is crazy. I'm calling it. It's gonna be taking a while. Looks like a minute if they don't run out of metal, which, yeah, 800 metal in store there. It's going to be a little close. Losing 7 metal a tick. Not exactly great for your economy there, but we'll see how that goes for him. Hopefully pretty well, right? Mr. Power here flying his commander over there for the mech spot. Nothing too crazy, though. Heinzu and in the club holding the line down here, though, against a rocket bot onslaught for Mr. Underscore. I'm really excited for that T2 lab to come up. Obviously, I imagine they're going to be starting with, you know, just some basic economy things, but getting those T2, we're going to be seeing, like, T2 fights, like 10 minutes in the match. I'm really excited for that, or maybe even sooner. That was not a self-destruct, though. We do see Pasta Polo's commander going down here, as well as Stardom's. A little double death there. Hate to see it. Tank Destroyer's commander, or not Tank Destroyer's commander. I don't know whose commander that was it? I guess we will never know. It was on the Warm Club side. Warm Club, Warm Team's side there. But I'm not entirely sure. It must have been Heinzu there. Unfortunate. Hate to see it. Tank Destroyer walking through here. And I don't know why I said that was a self-destruct. That was a Warm Team's commander flying in there. It must have been. Sorry about that. That's why I was kind of confused, because I saw the fighter over there. So that Valiant must have taken down the transport for the commander. Do apologize for that. I hope you'll forgive me. Find some moment of forgiveness in your heart. Tank Destroyer probably going to be going down here. Ooh, you know those missile trucks. They're killers. Not really. Took a lot of damage, I imagine, from the Januses on the field. Those guys do a ton of damage to high health targets, you know, where their damage isn't being wasted. But exactly what I said was going to happen. Choice was able to push out Wool Lion. That means that he's able to go down here and attack Styles Rosa. And now we do see Rosa retreating, which is going to be opening up, actually, no pathways. But, you know, a lot of mechs is here. With that water being cut off or turned into lava, the map geometry kind of changes there. So those mexes were kind of locked off for the warm color team, or the cool color team, unless they were able to do that, which they were. So quite a few mexes going to them. See how it changes the battle, if it does. So Advanced Bot Lab is up, 7.5 minutes in. Imagine it happened a little bit sooner, though, and they're actually just going straight to producing Sheldons. They don't even have T2 mexes on the map. Already making some Sheldons, which is really interesting. Those guys aren't cheap. 410 metal and a couple thousand energy. A little bit pricey, but definitely worth their weight in gold. These guys getting any kills yet? Not really, but you know, they have the range, they have the value, right? And I'd be very surprised if those guys go down anytime soon, right? There's just nothing that can kind of counter them with T1. Maybe some blitz tanks actually would probably be your best bet. But yeah, it is rough out there. Never bring a T1 army to a T2 bot fight. That's what I always say. Or do I? No, I never say that. But now I will, okay? And you'll think it's very clever, and you'll applaud me. You might even like the video. You know, that might be in the cards for me. Or for you. But yeah, if you do enjoy, like and subscribe, I guess. No, do it now. I'm commanding you. Please. Please, I need this. You don't understand. Styles Rosa getting hit pretty hard down here. 38% left on their commander, but they're not in any imminent danger right now. We do have Mr. Woline, our pink player, battling Choice up here. Looks like they're going to be able to take this back, actually. Only a little Dragon's Maw up here, and the commander, of course. But with these rocket bots, that commander shouldn't be much of a threat there. Imagine he will be retreating shortly. Ooh, he's taking a lot of damage there. He might actually be going down. 35%, 34%. And yeah, Woline's on him now. 22%, trying to go for the double kill. Actually cloaks. Doesn't quite have the energy for it, though. Does go down there. Doesn't manage to kill Woline either. And that is 1250 metal left for Mr. Woline to grab up with his greedy paws. That also leaves Mr. Disology's backside open to attack there. We'll see if anything happens with that. Another commander going down in the center here. I do think this was a self-destruct, though. Looks like a construction turret ready to be transported there for Mr. Glass. Going to be grabbing that metal for his commander. Making some more, probably sharing that metal to get some more T2 guys out there. More Sheldon. Still not the T2 constructor bots for the mexes yet, which I think is It's definitely an interesting play. I don't know why you wouldn't go for the economy now. Obviously, having that army advantage is huge, but all you manage to do is push them right back to the center line, right? I think you really need to focus on that economy. You are getting... it's pretty even, but it could be a lot better for you. All of those Sheldons, again, worth their weight in gold. They did help push off the Worm Team's army there. Allow them, not to have their bases completely destroyed. But also, that was kind of a problem of their own making. Being so greedy with that T2 lab, they were kind of exposed and more defenseless than they would have been. So, I don't know what the play was, but, I like the strategy. It's always fun to see stuff that you don't normally see, right? Battles up here, not going too well for Cascade there. Yeah, in the club, kind of pushing them back. The missile trucks just don't have the staying power, really. They don't have great damage. Nice dodges, though. Yeah, interesting. Another commander going down here. That is going to be a cool color commander. So 4v4 commanders-wise, nothing to worry about for either side quite yet, though. Honestly, you don't really have to start worrying until you get back to the 2 commander range, and the air power right now isn't enough to get those comm snipes anyway. So, yeah, the commanders aren't too important right now. Woline kind of extending here. Hopefully, he doesn't get backcapped by Disology, although that doesn't seem to be what he's going for. Yeah, just pushing some rocket bots down, trying to take out Style Rosa there. Is he styling on him? Probably. He probably is. Yeah. So how many Sheldons here? 13. Okay. Yeah, that's a good amount of Sheldons. We're now starting to see Sheldons from in the club, though, at the normal time of 11 minutes or 12 minutes. So very, very impressive. But again, really impressed by this this T2 Bot Lab time. And it all came down to teamwork, really, right? It was Glass and Mr. Underscore there, both putting in the work there. So fantastic job. You'd love to see it. Yeah. Interestingly, Stardom's kind of static right now, not doing too much. They even have a production plant. I don't see one in the cards for them. Not entirely sure what's going on with Mr. Stardom here. Gonna be getting some reclaim there. What are they building up towards? I guess they just don't have a lot of metal to begin with. Really interesting, though. Not sure what's going on there, although they are sharing part of their base with Mr. Glass, though. They need those Sheldons to come up for Glass, right? This Death Ball is getting mighty scary this early in the game. We're also seeing some Mausers out here for Mr. Smiley Face, although 0% on this Mauser, man. Yeah, there you go. Starts repairing that. Very, very smart idea there. Definitely don't want those guys to go down. They're quite expensive. 320. And of course, you also built that T2 lab, so you have to get the value from them. Otherwise, it was all for naught. And these guys probably are going to be going down. Yeah, one Mauser down and the other one not looking too great there. Not looking too great. But the Sheldons are being pushed back here. A little bit of flanking from these Jaguar tanks. Love to see it. Going for that. Oops, sorry. I don't know if you heard that. I burped like a gross imbecile. Trying to go for Mr. Underscore's base there. Not quite able to do it, though. Well, Lion just took a look at my mini-map. He's pushing quite far up here. He doesn't have a lot of power behind the push. It's Hounds versus Fiends, and those Hounds are taking quite a lot of attrition there. But it is quite impressive to see, and they have quite a decent economy. Considering that, they are just a frontline player, right? They've been duking it out this whole time. Although I guess that goes for most people. I'd say probably Stardom and Pastapolo have seen like the least action this game. They're content to just kind of sit around for the most part. Stardom is a very eco-focused player, which is why I'm kind of wondering why I don't see a lot of construction out for him there. He does have an advanced construction bot out there now. Oh, he must have paid off the construction bot, is what I imagine he was saving up the metal for. Interesting. Okay. I get it now. I can see everything. Don't worry about it. A lot of Sheldons out here for in the club. 28 total, but I don't know. Yeah. Unfortunately, maybe if I do player view, I've actually never done this. Yeah. Okay. So in the club is 14. So it's like dead even there, basically, Sheldon wise. Nobody has any jammers though yet, or any radar bots, which I think is a little bit interesting, especially since the other players' Sheldons. Those radar bots are going to be super, super useful. Allowing you to have more range than them, because you can't always, or a lot of units in Beyond No Reason, they don't have as big of line of sight as their range is, right? That's why it's so important to have, radar bots and stuff like that, which basically increases your useful range. And then when you put jammers in there, that means that your enemies can't see you until you walk within that line of sight, which you have no need to do if you have the same units, right? So there you go. A little, I don't know, theory explanations there. I'm mansplaining. How about that? Stormbringer bombers bombing Cascade's base here. T1 Bot Lab might be going down, although there are some fighters here for Pyrothraxis. Yeah, going to be taking out the bombers there. Doesn't look like they were too much of a threat, but a little bit of a scare there. Hopefully we'll start seeing some AA. As I always say, you know, it always takes that first bombing to make sure that people get their AA up there. I don't know why. Even the best players, they always have to have that initial shock for them to be like, oh yeah, I should probably get some flak turrets down or something like that. But it looks like our air players are going to be Pyrothraxis from Canada in light purple and Naze from Poland or Indonesia. You decide. I always forget. I'm sorry. Yeah. Interesting that there are actually lower rated players that are going to be going for the air. Although I guess air controller isn't too difficult of a job, right? Just eco and mass-produced fighters, and you should be fine. If you want to do fancy stuff with bombers, I always think that's a good idea. I always hate to see when somebody has a lot of air control and then they don't produce bombers. And, well, I mean, like, what's the point of that air control if you're not going to be using it, right? Because you know that your opponents wouldn't be using that airspace. Another couple bombers out here from Naze, but they're not in mass enough for them to do any real damage. And they are being just taken out by those fighters. Cascade actually fighting back. Now that Alpha has turned his attention away from this little cliff face up here, he is able to run in with a actually, you know, metric ton of brutes and missile trucks there. Yeah, problems for sure. Mr. Smiley Face hopefully going to be going over there trying to handle it. Naze is not able to do anything there. He didn't really have an army. Just his commander walking around getting some mexes. Nothing to it. Woline is doing great, man. This is fantastic. Actually killing it over there. Started with the anti-air bots and the Hound, so able to shrug off those shurikens without a problem. Honestly, huge brain plays from Mr. Woline there. Shurikens are always a big problem for those sneaky pushes because shurikens can be anywhere and everywhere, and they're fast, and they're mass-produced, and they're cheap. You hate to see them. But with that AA, hopefully your Hounds get a little bit more longevity in there. Would love to see a little bit more micro from the Hounds. They are tending to just stay in place there while they're being rushed by Fiends, which is no bueno. Of course, you can't really kite Fiends with Hounds because Fiends are just way too fast, but you can stay away for a little bit longer, right? And also when they self-destruct right in your face, you can always move out of the way. Looks like Naze's commander is going to be going down there. Only 2 commanders left for the warm-colored team. 3 left for the cool-colored team. 1 for 8D, 1 for Style Rosa. On the other side, looks like we have Pyrothraxis, Disology, and Cascade there. Cascade on the front line, so is 8D. Actually just making laser towers still. Kind of incredible. Yeah, 8D is kind of hurting on the front line here, but he still has quite a large base back behind him. Not sure where Af is. Yeah. Needs to get those Sheldons up there. Actually, I am sure where he is. He's right here on the front lines. Yeah, this tick strategy from Mr. Tank Destroyer and also the grunts from Mr. Underscore are fantastic because they do allow you to, you know, tank those shots from the Sheldons while you have your more important units shielded behind. They must, yeah, okay, they have a fight command. I was like, this is a little silly what they're doing right now. Okay, so they're taking the slow approach towards the frontline base over here for Mr. 8D. Yeah, pretty smart. You don't want to lose your Sheldons, you know, charging in something stupid. Looks like Woline is being pushed back up there. Disology not really going for anything so far. Yeah, also Stardom. I am I don't know. Stardom is normally a big player on these kind of big team games. You're seeing their units everywhere, right? And they also have a huge economy. But right now, chilling at 23 metal. I guess it could be worse. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not dogging on them or anything. I think they're a great player. W Stardom. Never lost. Never seen a game where Stardom lost. No, I'm kidding. We've casted plenty of those. Maybe today is another one of them. You never know. On this front line, it is definitely leaning towards a cool colored team for sure. Cascade in this nice little pocket here. He has this Mesa up here. Honestly, would like to see the cool colored team use that Mesa a little bit more. Although, of course, you know, charging and grunts is a strategy. I don't think it's the most effective one. Sheldons from Mr. Underscore. Going to be overextending maybe a little bit. Nice bombers from Naze there, trying to take care of this little raiding Fiend army that's charging into Heinz's base. Trying to take care of that. Honestly, yeah, bombers would be great against these Sheldons, but of course, you always have to be worried about those fighters, right? I know they're... Oh my gosh. Look at all these shurikens, man. Oh no. How many? Oops. Don't mind that. Press the wrong button. 33 of them over there for the cool color team. Not ideal at all. Bombers trying to bomb those Sheldons again. to oblivion. Not quite able to do it. Yeah, I mean, these guys just have so much staying power, right? Again, kind of weird you're not seeing any jammers or radar bots here with these, you know, Sheldon Ball, but I guess more worried about actually getting mass onto the field, you know, trying to press your advantage. So it kind of makes sense. Starlight's out here. Yeah, for Smiley Face. I like it. 10 kills, probably just on trash. But they have good range, right? So the range is 950 compared to his Sheldon's 850. So they outrange Sheldon's. Of course, their line of sight, again, this is what I was talking about, is 650. So 300 worse than their range. So you really, really have to have radar for these guys to be very effective. But if you do have friendly fighters in the sky, radar planes, or on the ground radar or anything like that, should be helping you out up there. Keep an eye up on the north here, whereas actually a ton of action has been happening. I wish I could cast it a little bit more. But Woline and Dizology going back at it. Woline actually kind of pushed back to the center. Unfortunate. They were doing quite well for themselves there. But all good things must come to an end. And so it goes, and so it goes. But honestly, this is really impressive from the warm color team. I felt like they've been on the back foot for a while on this main front here. But you know what? They're pulling out for themselves. They're doing quite well. I don't know what pulling out for themselves meant. Something good, I'm sure. That's what... yes, something good. Smiley Face's commander on the front line here. Pretty risky, but they do want to grab this reclaim. They are hurting economically. If we look at the economy between the teams, it's actually quite even. Maybe even going towards the warm color team for a little bit. It's hard to tell, again, with the reclaim. All I ask is that there is some way to turn off the reclaim counter. And if there is, and I'm complaining about nothing, I don't know. I should be taken out behind the Windies and summarily executed or something. I'm not sure. Some kind of needed punishment. Yeah, it looks like we do have Pasapolo kind of taking the center here from Stardom. Stardom making this have a battery. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. They do have the T2 Mexes, though. We're kind of running out of energy. I think they kind of just got hit hard early on. They weren't able to expand, and I don't have the economy to snowball, kind of like these other players are doing, would be my guess. Or maybe, you know, they're playing 2 games at once. I think that's actually more likely. A little raid from these fiends from in the club, trying to make it to Mr. Underscore's base. Again, not able to do it. It's rough out there, folks, for the warm colored team, but they're taking it back. Cascade has kind of run out of this pocket, honestly. Again, would really love to see them use this Mesa. I mean, imagine this. Radar jammer, some artillery units over here onto this base. That might just be game. If you take out either in the club or, you know, a Smiley Face, I think that's game for the warm colored team, right? And something sneaky like that might just do it. But I'm not sure if the cool colored team can sacrifice anything on the front line now. They are getting quite pushed back. Again, with this map, all the bases are on the front line here, so there's not a lot of defensive depth, right? Every step counts. Speaking of steps, look at these steps that the Fiends and the Grunts are making. See, this is what I'm talking about, right? They're probably going to be going up, up to Cascades Mesa, and from there, maybe even firing upon Underscore's base. Oh, never mind. They betrayed me. How could they? What's even the point anymore? Woline actually trashed Choice up there, going for it. Dizology here does take out the commander, loses a lot of hounds in the process. You hate to see it, but yeah, taking out the commander is fantastic. 2 commanders left for each side here now. Dizology definitely on the back foot there. Ooh, 1 commander left for the warm colored team. Is that Smiley Face's commander left? Yeah, not. That guy does need to retreat quickly. If that commander goes down, it is game over. So it looks like Choice actually kind of retreated, poking into Stardom's area here, his little base that he's been trying to set up painstakingly. Does manage to defend it for now, though. Hopefully, Woline can kind of clear that up. It's a little bit worrisome, I might say. Dizology has a lot of Fiends here, and honestly, Woline's main army kind of got taken out with that attack there, and their base is right here too. This is their advanced bot lab. They have 2 T1 bot labs. They have some T2 mexes, a reactor. You definitely don't want this base to go down, but that base is honestly probably why they're able to push so well, because they're producing right on the front line. Because you think about it, your supply lines really get stretched if you're attacking all the way over here, right? But if you're attacking from maybe half the distance, you know, you're kind of on even footing with your opponent, or at least more even footing. So I love to see it. Really good plays from that guy. I don't think I've ever seen him play before, so fantastic there. Nice little tick attack from Stardom. Again, the ticks, the scouts are great against the Sheldons because they're mildly slow firing or medium fire rate. They're just able to waste their shots on those crappy little guys that don't even matter. So that was what Stardom was doing with these 2 T1 Bot Lab bases. Definitely a strategy that's been seen before, but used quite effectively here. Yeah, okay, see, look, Glass is also trying to direct Mr. Cascade over on that Mesa. See, guys, how am I not a pro player? I don't understand. Well, it's because my APM is terrible. And it's something I could improve, or I could have fun watching games. Now, I'm not a sweat. Maybe in FPS games, I'm more of a sweat, but not for these strategy games. Alrighty, Will Lion kind of pushed back here. Unfortunately, they are getting 2v1 though, so it is quite understandable. Got to have Styles Rosa come in there with a little bit of something. Sumo's starting to pile up, but I'm not sure if that's gonna quite do it for Mr. Will Lion. Yeah, I mean, if he goes down, that north side is kaput, which is no bueno. Look at that. I'm a multilingual. You guys are speaking with a man with a lot of life advice or experience. There you go. Unfortunately, I can't speak English that well. Little spy bot here, gonna be detonating themselves. Little EMP charge there, taking out the Starlights for a short 18 seconds. It's actually a long time in beyond our reason terms. Battles can go over very quickly there, but looks like those Starlights are going to be able to make it just barely. 4 seconds left on that stun. 1 Starlight going to be going down. Can he pull out the rest of them from the battle there? Ooh, that's probably 2 down. Maybe. Move him. Okay, he's not even moving. Okay, looks like underscore is retreating there. Okay. The plays are real. He has pork here. Yeah, okay, I guess he is defending. 2 beamers to Mantier. Ooh, speaking of anti-air, some bombers from, I think that was Choice. Not sure how I missed that. Well, I almost did. Looks like they didn't really accomplish much there. Yeah, rough. You know, they are only T1 bombers, right? But, you know, good stretch, right? Yeah, it was Choice. Choice has shurikens over there, so he does have that T1 aircraft plant. Okay. But you know what? He's trying. Or they're trying, sorry. I need to use they more. I feel like it's pretty natural for people to always assume the other person's gender is their own, but you know, not always the case. Probably, you know, most of the time it's not the case, right? Or wait, 50%, something like that. Wasp gonna be going down here to that AA. Yeah, maybe wanted a little bit more, a couple more Archangels there, but they did get the job done. This is what I'm talking about with this Smuggler, the Radar Jammer Bot, and Sharpshooters for Wolio. Gosh, Will Lion. Very nice. Unfortunately, Sharpshooters meet their mortal enemy, Grunt Spam. Luckily, he does have some welders there, but those Grunts, are going to be getting a lot of bang for their buck there. Taking out a couple Sharpshooters, and they're paying themselves back mightily. The thing about Sharpshooters, A, they're expensive, but also, it's really, really important for them to get veterancy, because that increases their range, right? And snipers with more range, well, they need all the range they can get, right? So it's very, very important for them to have that. And you hate to see him go down. Do a couple grunts like that. Okay, finally, we have the attack from Cascade along the Mesa. And interesting. Again, like, I don't know why I'd be shooting in here with the Sheldons, right? I mean, you have the range, right? No reason to sit up there. Guess they do want to go for that stack defense first, so maybe they get a little bit of a better angle. We'll see. Again, I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. This is my not quite sure voice. You know, great British people, always unsure of themselves. I don't know. Again, like, what is up with this? Oh, I guess he doesn't. Okay, he didn't bring radar. He did not bring radar. Well, that's, yeah, that's all about. That's what I can say. Okay, so he does get some fiends in there, though. Not looking too great for Mr. Smiley Face there. Under a lot of pressure for sure. Yeah, that base is almost done. If this advanced vehicle plant goes down, this front line is toast. Maybe. It might go down there. He doesn't have vision over there anymore, I don't think. Nope, he doesn't know. I think he does know where it is, though, right? But not going to be targeting that. Just target fire in the ground. Okay, well, yeah, I think the attack was a good plan. Hate to see the execution, though. A couple of radar bots would have been able to allow you to do a lot more damage. Speaking of a lot more damage, do some commandos dropped in from Cracked Lobster. We haven't really seen him all game. I think he was ecoing there. Going to be doing a little bit of damage here, at least providing a scare more than anything. Taking out a wind farms here. A couple of wind farms. You know what? That's useful. That's useful. There you go. Man, commandos are so cool. You almost never really see them used either, but quite an effective unit. Don't have a ton of DPS, but because they're able to build air transports and also any manner of other things that they need, you know, mines, radar jammers, scouts, walls, pyro turrets, they're just a really fantastic unit. And I kind of wish Armada had them, not gonna lie. I think they should just make all the best units go to Armada and just give Cortex nothing. You start with a commander, that's it, and you just have to bow before the overwhelming might of Armada. Nothing else to it. Legion can keep their units, though. I don't want those janky things. No, I'm actually really excited. Legion, probably where I think a lot of like the front end development is going right now is for Legion, where you can see it the most for sure. Obviously, this game requires a lot of back end development that you don't really see in the game. Little balance changes, stuff like that. But I'm really excited at the progress that Legion has been seeing here. Some fighters up here for Mr. Choice. How many does he have here? Oh my gosh, I did it again. Don't look at me. 19 fighters over there. Gonna be bombing Woe Lion's defenses here and again. Where's the AA? He does have one Arbalast, but I don't think that's gonna be saving that fusion reactor right there. Ooh, you know, these Tier 1 bombers can't take a lot of damage, though. Dropping a ton of bombs on that reactor, there's no way. Yeah, okay. It does go down there, and a couple bombers actually left to tell the tale. Maybe not. Scratch that. Okay, good attack, good attack. A little bit of, you know, destruction being caused there. Fusion reactor going down, but he doesn't have a lot to capitalize upon. Woe Lion, you know, his base being a little bit damaged there, so not sure if anything's going to be coming to that. Yeah, I think Woe Lion should be fine. Yeah, his metal tractors are sitting around 60 to 90%, so I think he's okay. But you know, you never really want to lose stuff, and I think those bombers definitely got their worth too. So again, I like to see Choice trying different strategies, trying to kind of break his way out of this box that Woe Lion has boxed himself into. Speaking of bombers, though, these aren't bombers. They're roughneck gunships, the slowest ship in the West. They're just going to be doing a little bit of harass damage on these T2 mexes there, but taken out by fighters. Yeah, that's the thing with gunships. It's really, really hard to find a use for them. The Armada gunships, because they don't have a lot of health, so they don't have a lot of staying power, and they don't have a lot of DPS, so they just get taken out by fighters. I think they're really only useful if you have absolute complete air superiority, which at that point, I don't know why you'd be building those kind of gunships. But stuff like dragons and the wasps, they have a lot of health, right? So especially dragons have been buffed to the moon, so they can take a lot of damage. But not so for those roughnecks. Unfortunate. Again, Armada just getting thrown in the bin. I can't stand for this blatant anti-Armada balance changes. Honestly, I don't know if that's even a balance change. I feel like they've been that way since I've been playing. But who knows? Who knows? And bombers, again, don't have a lot of health either, right? But they don't need to have a lot of health because they just need to get in there once, right? Bombers typically aren't going to be returning home. I think it's kind of an unsuccessful bombing mission if they do go home, right? Kind of want your bombers to loiter around until, you know, just keep dropping bombs. Maybe your atomic bombers. Probably good to repair those guys. Really good for Armada, though, those atomic bombers. Woe Lion, again, just this guy's been very, very good here. Basically, if not 2v1ing, 3v1ing maybe. Pyrothrax just has a little bit of presence there, although he's mostly air. Just super, super impressive from a guy that I've never seen play before. Or a gal, or were they them? I don't know. From a person I've never seen play. It's cool to see new faces do so well. Honestly, they're probably not even new. We do have a lot of players in this game now, so seeing everybody is impossible. But yeah, again, a little bit of a treat here. So we do have a little bit of a skirmish here from in the club, trying to clear this mesa. Yeah, Cascade is a good foothold on their mesa. The warm color team doesn't have quite as good as a foothold on theirs, but they don't really need to because the cool color team doesn't want to attack over there. And their last attack was pretty unsuccessful. Are seeing T3 units come out now, 33 minutes into the game. Actually taking quite a while here, but a demon out for Mr. Choice. These things are killer. They die to snipers. I think that's probably a fair assessment. Yes, they do have a lot of health, but they don't have juggernaut levels. So you want to be mildly careful with them. But this looks like a nice toasty group to Flameo Hotman. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the snipers are killing the man. Very nice. Demon Gimney going down there to the sharpshooters. Uh-oh. Ooh. Maybe I said that too. No. Oh my gosh. That's like one more sharpshooter shot. That's really rough. Did he run out of energy? What happened? I don't know, man. That's insane. Another demon coming out there. So 2 demons out there. Although there's a lot of scouts coming over here for Woline. Yeah, just trying to invade that base wherever is possible. Very, very good. Look at the veterancy on these ticks, man. You love to see it. A little bit of harassment. Actually, a lot of harassment. A lot of little harassment. How about that for you? From Woline. I would love to hear in the comments that I'm pronouncing this name wrong the whole time. I feel like that's the name I've said the most here. That'd just be a treat. On my Wednesday morning. No, it's okay. I need pronunciation guides for every name in the book. Otherwise, I'm incompetent and incapable. Sheldons and Fiends are the units of losers. Somebody's sad. Somebody's salty, brother. Calm down. Although, you know, they're kind of true. Because Sheldons and Fiends are whose units? Cortexes. That's right. That's right, baby. Starlight here getting mass repaired. Doesn't have a single kill either. There you go. He got his first kill. Very nice. You'd love to see it. Heinzu also appearing on the field again. He was kind of under a lot of pressure there, and I think he was also ecoing just a little bit. So we didn't see him too much there in the kind of mid-game battles, but he's back with a vengeance. Honestly, Choice is back with a vengeance too. He's got how many demons now? 3? No, he's still only got 2 out, and they're also hurting real bad, man. 2%, probably 5% on that guy. It's rough, man. This game also, yeah, is really hurting my frames, despite not being that. Only 35 minutes in. Kind of impressive how bad it's hurting my computer. But it looks like it is definitely not over. But the Cool Color team definitely hurting here. Underscore's base right in the line of fire. Again, defense in depth is not a thing on this map. So you're fighting right on your base's front line. And yeah, looks like they got pushed just a little too far there. The Sheldons from Mr. Underscore did crumble. And the Starlights now are out taking their revenge. Juno missiles hitting the back. Ooh, are those even some... no, I thought those were short-range attack missiles, but I think they were just from some kind of arbiter or something like that. Sumo's even walking in now. Starlight's mass trying to destroy that T2 bot lab, which they do end up doing. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. No bueno. That's what I'd be saying to myself. Probably with a few more tiers even. Cascade with the backline raid here. Grunts are still being effective 36 minutes in, although they are supported by Fiends. Yeah, Mr. Smiley Faces base there getting hit, unfortunately. Bot lab, one bot lab going down. Another bot lab really, really close, but not gonna happen. T2 bot lab stays up. Or vehicle plant, sorry. Looks like he ended up being pretty fine for that. I mean, Underscore was wiped from the map, as well as that second rated player who I did forget. My bad. And there was that AF club guy. Forgot his name. Yep, looks like this is just about over for the Cool Color team. All it took, yeah, I mean, again, like all the fighting, I mean, Woline did fantastic, right? But all the main fighting took place right here. And all they had to do was make it over here, right? Same for the Cool Color team, right? All they had to do was make it over here with some amount of hard-hitting army to win that game. But only 2 players left in the game now. I think it's safe to say that this game is over. So kind of a really, really quick end there for this game. But, man, don't you love Beyond the Reason? It was a good game. I really, really enjoyed it. Surprised that Stardom again. I'm not entirely sure what was going on. I think that, again, they're playing another game in the meantime, right? This is on their second monitor, you know, having to check up between both of them. This one kind of fell by the wayside. They knew they were going to win, right? But a lot of hard hitters on both sides, on both teams there. Fantastic plays from some unexpected players. And all around, a great game. Free from salt, which, well, the chat wasn't. But, you know, I don't read the chat. I'll leave that to you. You can report back to me. But again, if you do enjoy these type of videos, or if you do enjoy these type of videos and you made it this far, I, you know, strongly advise you to like and subscribe and comment if you have something interesting to say. Ooh, nuke going out there. Not quite making it to the ground though. Yeah, Pasta Polo, man. The Danish morale is strong with this guy. He is not giving up for any. Okay, never mind. Never mind about the Danish morale. Pro craps out on me while I was about to give him the pep talk of his life. Ridiculous. Very good, very good. GG. Hope you guys did enjoy. I do want to look at the stats page real quick here. Okay, so kind of my criteria when I pick replays is I want to see these awards kind of spaced out here. And we're even seeing like the cool color team underscore guy did fantastic. He got #1 in destroying enemy units and defenses and also the most efficient use of resources. Of course, runners up both in the warm color team, right? For both of these awards, right? And then for the destroying enemy resources goes to in the club, but the runners up are both cool color players. So I think it's a pretty balanced game. Hope you do agree with me. Just kidding, I don't care. But yeah, again, look, metal produced goes to Frontline. 34 TS gay. Whoa, I'm sorry. 34 TS guy all the way out here on the north side of the map in the middle of nowhere with very few mexes. Like if you look at the mexes on this side of the map compared to this side of the map, very, very few. They're still able to kill it with that metal produced there. I mean, that line, it's going straight up. Active units also going for one line. Units killed going for underscore there. I mean, again, they're fighting right on the front line there. And damage dealt. Yeah. Wall line and in the club, absolutely killing it. Hope you guys did enjoy. See you all later. Have a great day. Adios.